Welcome back to Bayford Meadows. It's round 2 of the Club 100 Experience Championship. Here's a little clip from the practice session. You can see the drama starting early today with the driver ahead losing the back end going into that corner. And that wasn't the worst of it, I'm afraid, because here I am on the first lap. Nice green flag there, should be fine to proceed onto this little straight. No? Welcome to the lake. Definitely unsettled the car, and there's just more and more water spilling onto the track from somewhere. You can see it catching out multiple drivers ahead of me, and this really sort of compromised my confidence throughout the qualifying session, to the point where I actually ended up qualifying quite poorly. I think it was 16th or 17th. So as we get a rolling start into the first race, what it ought to do to try and fight my way back towards the front. Let's see if we can salvage a good result from this race. You can see plenty of contact, plenty of karts getting alongside with each other. I think 4 or 5 abreast here, and that never ends well. Unfortunately, I knew make contact with the driver ahead there, and I put him into a spin. That was entirely my fault. I did think about slowing down and giving him the position back, but it would have involved giving back pretty much, half the field, half the Moraine field behind me. So I let it be in the end, and I didn't get a penalty, perhaps a little bit unfairly. So if you are in the unlikely event you're watching, sir, I'm apologising. I'm very sorry. I really shouldn't have done that, but it all happened so quickly. I honestly didn't intend to put you off the track. In any case, that incident put us quite a way behind the pack, and it took me quite some time to catch up with this driver in the black and cyan race suit, I believe. You can see we've got a pretty good tow though going onto the start-finish straight, and I go for the late lunge. Thankfully he's aware, he doesn't turn in on me, and there's no accident. Ultimately we managed to salvage a 10th place from that race. You see I've picked up a penalty there. I am one of the many drivers who has been awarded a 1-place penalty for knocking over a cone. Now unfortunately my pace in that first race wasn't particularly good, which means I've qualified to 16th for the second rolling start here. So I need to once again improve my performance and start fighting my way back. Hit the brakes really hard here because I wasn't expecting him to be quite that slow, Mr. Blacksuit up ahead. Just about managed to avoid another incident. Unlike most of the drivers up ahead, Team Bluesuit, they're not happy with that particular turn of events. Can't really blame him. So now it's about trying to salvage positions and take the opportunities as they arise. Mr. Bluesuit is electing for the wide line there, which allows me to sort of sneak through, and then he's opened the gap for me. Can I sneak through on the inside and follow him through? No, despite having that inside line, I haven't got the drive, and Mr. Blacksuit has managed to emerge back ahead of me. Much better drive through that series of corners though, and onto the start-finish straight. We are able to get alongside. He's covered the inside, but he's gone deep, so we get the switch back, and there we go, claim the position. Time to get on the case and hunt down Mr. Bluesuit. Obviously that was a little bit of a sizable gap at the start of that lap. Thankfully the traffic up ahead is still squabbling pretty hard, so I'll manage to close that gap down pretty quickly. 3 abreast up ahead of me. I'm going to sneak through on the inside for the double overtake, and again Mr. Bluesuit goes wide through that corner, so for a very short period I am in contention for 3 positions before I get barged wide here, and I think that's 3 positions I lose as a result of just being pushed out onto the marbles. Not great. That's kind of reset all the performance gains that I gained in the last lap or 2. Nonetheless, I'm pretty confident at this point that I've got the pace over the drivers up ahead. Just need to stay patient and wait for the opportunities to come my way. Definitely got a better drive out of that corner, but there's no way through. The driver ahead has gone defensive. Got a better drive through here as well. Have a little think about that down the inside, but he's defending it well. Nice tight line coming out that second hairpin, and that's got me decent drive onto the back straight. You can see See him just creeping up through these corners, clipping that inside curb. The lake that was here, now long gone, thankfully. That was actually cleaned up by the marshals after that qualifying session. Not even really sure how it got there, to be honest with you. It was a bright sunny day all day. In any case, we're going to go for the dive bomb once again. This time, we're going to have to go defensive a little bit because it wasn't a particularly good drive out of that corner, but I think we've got the move done. Didn't feel the need to go defensive into hairpin 1. Good drive through the exit here. Is there an opportunity? There is. I've gone for the dive bomb. I think I may have murdered a cone on the right hand side there. That will come back to haunt me. I managed to get a bit of a switch back here on the driver ahead, but he makes it very clear he would rather, you know, put himself into a spin and me onto the grass than allow me to sneak through there. So I'll back out of the move. I'm going to try and follow and stay in the tow onto the start-finish straight. You can see he's not handled that corner particularly well. Lots of oversteer, so I'm pretty close here. Is there going to be an opportunity in the slipstream? No, not this time around. And actually that was a fairly poor drive out of that corner. So I'm going to have to reconsider my approach to passing this driver. This time though he's left the door open on the inside. I'm going to go for the dive bomb, and we've managed to get it done. I'm going to stay defensive on the inside to prevent the dive bomb in return, and you can see there on that inside curve I did murder a cone. JV will be absolutely furious with me. Definitely a penalty coming my way for that ridiculous behaviour. Rightfully so. A few laps later we managed to catch up to, I believe, Lawrence Cameron Bannister in the white helmet, who's made his own move on Mr. Blue Suit. He had a quick look over his shoulder there and decided it was all clear. I beg to differ. I've gone for another dive bomb down the inside, and we've managed to make that move stick. Plenty more squabbling going on up ahead, and I can sense that the opportunity is coming. They've compromised each other through that corner, so I'm going to give Cameron Bannister a little bit of a bump draft because I want the inside line, and Mr. Blue Suit has re-emerged alongside us here. I'm going to keep the inside line and we'll get that move done. He's trying really hard to stay on the outside and power on through, but in the end I give him no option but to back out or hit the tyre wall, and we've managed to get that one done again. Yeah, so back into the hairpins, gaining a lot of time on Cameron Bannister through that one. And you can see I've got great drive. He's not defending the inside, so I'm going to go for the dive bomb once again. Give him space on the outside, which becomes the inside, but of course he goes a little bit too deep, and I've pulled off the switchback once again. This time I managed to make it stick. However, that's not the last we'll see of Mr. Cameron Bannister. He's managed to sneak by once again. Good little battle between us here. Have a little think about dive bombing down the inside, but the door was closing just at the wrong time there. Definitely got a little bit of extra speed coming out of these hairpins, but then on this back straight, not really able to utilise it. He had a pretty good car himself, to be honest with you. He's left the door wide open there once again. I've given him space on the inside, and unfortunately a little bit of contact puts me out on the marbles, and Mr. Black Snoot has snuck back through. So, frustrating turn of events. I really do feel that I can get Cameron Bannister if I manage to string together a few good laps, but I'm not going to do it like that. Going defensive once again because there's obviously a car right behind me and I don't want to lose any more positions. Initially opening quite a gap to the carts up ahead, but they are going to keep fighting each other such that even though I'm going defensive, they're not pulling away too badly, and I'm able to close back through the hairpins. Not a particularly good drive out of the corner, this time onto the back straight, and whilst they do initially start to open a gap, they're squabbling amongst themselves again, which allows me to take it all back. There's contact between them, it's all looking a bit unstable there. ended up giving Cameron Bannister a little bit of a boost once again. Not a great drive actually through that final couple of corners onto the pit straight. Neither was that one that good either. So I'm just going to have to stay patient here. This is the section of the track where I tend to be strongest, through these hairpin sections. Another good drive there. Just opened the door, so I'm going for the dive bomb. A little bit of contact there, but I think I own their right to the corner. And this time, I hope I've got the job done against Cameron Bannister. So, time to chase down Mr. Blacksuit. Good drive through that corner. I'm definitely gaining, but he's going to go defensive. So I'm going to try and take a wider line in, get a better drive out. I think he's done a pretty good job of that hairpin himself this time around, so it doesn't look like we're going to get the chance to have a go on this lap, pending some sort of mistake. Much better drive out of that corner, in fact. So a few laps later, we come across what I believe to be a lapped driver who waves Mr. Blacksuit through. I'm going to follow suit, and that's kind of put me off a little bit because unfortunately I've driven into the back of him there. Thankfully it hasn't compromised his race, but I think rightfully so I was given a penalty for a warning for bumping there. I think I probably deserved that. Now the pair of us do catch up eventually to this black and white suited driver, and the two of them begin to squabble. I think here's my opportunity. I keep my foot planted perhaps a little bit too hard through that corner and very nearly understeer all the way into the tyre barrier, which means I need to get right out of the power and open this massive gap to the drivers up ahead. This is the final lap now, and it's not looking great. I'm going to need them to compromise each other quite heavily. Thankfully, they're obliging at this point. So, is this going to be the moment? Is this going to be the lap where I finally get the jump on Mr. Blacksuit? Taking a wide entry and a narrow exit from that second hairpin. Back straight. Do I have any overlap? No. In fact, they're pulling away slightly. But here we go. This is the sequence of corners where something is going to happen. You can see Mr. Black and White suit goes for the switchback. There's contact because I'm on the inside. It's killed my momentum. So yeah, that's effectively the end of my race, but look how much extra speed he's managed to carry through there despite the contact. I'm going to have to investigate that line myself because it definitely looks to be a winner. Anyway, we crossed the line in 10th once again. Much better lap time this time around, probably top 5 material in terms of pure pace. And of course, I am one of the many drivers awarded a 1-place penalty for cone damage. 2 10th positions on aggregate produces 9th place overall for the result, and taken in conjunction with the results at Buckmore Park, that puts me 8th in the championship. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one.